What's something you shouldn't say to someone with anxiety? It's all in your head. Of course it's in me, EAD. Where else would it be? Yes. This is a favorite of mine. It's like telling someone in a wheelchair, it's all in your legs. Bro. Yeah, no shit. What am I supposed to do with that information? Genius. Time to stand up for yourself. There are people out there who have it worse. Be grateful. I think that one fits depression better, but yeah, it'd really piss off someone with anxiety too. Relax. Thanks. Now go tell that suicidal guy on the bridge to just cheer up. Quote, we need to talk, unless you are going to have the talk immediately. My parents would call and say, when you get home we need to talk, but when I asked why, they would just repeat, we'll talk about it when you get here. So I would just go into panic mode for 20 minutes while driving home, thinking of everything I had ever done. And then you get home and they just wanted to ask you if you wanted spaghetti for dinner. You're a failure. Get it together already. Look where all your peers are. You need to catch up quick. Just get better for fuck's sake. Why are you so much worse than everyone else? Thanks, Dad. Everyone has anxiety. As someone who does not suffer from anxiety disorders, this surprisingly gets me the most. I have a lot of friends who have anxiety disorders, and there is a huge difference between true anxiety and the general nervousness everyone goes through. Saying that everyone has it just makes the person with anxiety feel worse, because it shows that people not only think little of their condition, but they also don't care to learn anything about it. You know, this one in particular bothers me. When I started high school, I had social anxiety * really bad *. I still deal with it, but I've improved since then. When I tried to seek support, all I got was, oh, all teenagers are socially anxious. Well, yes, but I can clearly see that it's not normal to have panic attacks every time someone says hi to me in the morning. It's not normal to go months without saying anything other than what is absolutely necessary. I understand that all teenagers are nervous to some extent, but adolescence shouldn't be an excuse to brush off serious issues. I mean, it would be a total dick move. But maybe something like, we've all noticed that you're anxious. You're not hiding it well. And we're starting to get really sick of it. They don't have to say that, because I always assume that's what they think. Just calm down. Quote, literally does the opposite. You're making a scene, which makes it worse. Suddenly stop talking when enter a room. This won't be something you think about randomly at 2 a.m. each night. Everyday General Grievous adds another lightsaber to his collections. It could always be worse, and you're actively making it so. As a therapist, I am always appalled to hear all the terrible, heartless responses that people have already posted. However, the most heartbreaking responses are the well-meaning attempts at reassurance that only maintain people's anxiety. It's natural to want to reassure someone that fear won't happen, that people don't think fear, and everything is going to be all right. The problem is that trying to get rid of the anxiety in this way can paradoxically lead to more anxiety. Even though the fears may be unlikely, there's always that uncertainty, which leads to many anxious individuals feeling like they have to constantly seek reassurance that what they fear will not come to pass. Instead, it's helpful to validate the fear. Wow. / fear would be scary. No wonder you're anxious, and then reinforce that they can tolerate it even if their fear comes to pass. It seems unlikely to me. But even if that does happen, I know you can handle it, offering specific strengths, examples of times they have handled something similar if you can. Hey, can DM you. I talked with people who said I may suffer from anxiety, and I just tell what I feel, and what a good way to calm myself down. It's okay if don't want to. Also, I'm not sure. Also, thank you for the comment. Sorry I'm being annoying. Thank you for opening up. I'm happy to try and give some advice as an anonymous person on the internet, as I tell all of my offline friends. I should be clear that this would not be in my role as a therapist and should not take the place of professional advice. When I try to calm down my friend with anxiety, I have to remind her to not worry about future things. She tends to snowball about it. She was fearful of what might happen to her son away at college if he got COVID-19. He hadn't even been accepted anywhere at the time, and it will be months before he goes. So something not to say would be to encourage such a person to think of all the possible problems that could happen. True. But in cases of chronic anxiety, they can't not think of all the things that can go wrong. They can't not worry. So telling them not to worry, at best, might have zero effect. CBT can help. Cognitive behavioral therapy, where the person with anxiety is encouraged to use their rational mind to argue with the anxiety. I am no expert, so I won't give examples. But if I Google CBT for anxiety, it brings up multiple methods that have helped my friend. He tells me what seems to help, and then next time his brain goes off on a similar tangent. We patiently work through the various things that have helped in the past together. Even if it helps only a bit, that's better than before. Just don't think about it. You can't do anything about it, so why worry? Quote, that's not the point. The feeling is _dread_, and the dread of the bad situation will always exist if there is the tiniest possible chance of it. The anxious mind is full of dread, and dread is by definition a feeling about something that will happen. It's just misplaced in this case, but you cannot erase that with logic, even in the most intelligent of anxiety sufferers. As someone with anxiety, it's solid advice overall. However, it doesn't take away the debilitating aspect of anxiety. You have to keep functioning, and the anxiety makes that a big problem, monsieur. But I use it more to manage where my energy is going. You can do a great deal with meditation, prayer, self-reflection. It's like saying, my pen doesn't work. Oh, get a pencil. But I only have this broken pen. Getting a pencil is a good solution. If only you had one. You're being so dramatic. It's just in your head, yeah? No shit, Sherlock. Now how do I stop it? If actually be worried if it was not in my head. I mean, it would not be good if my brain was outside of my body. Stop faking anxiety. We will beat you up if you say this. What's the worst thing that could happen? My brain perks up *. I have an extended answer for that one. Oh, just exercise and eat right. Shrug your shoulders and loudly say, "Eh." Each time they express their anxiety. I am going to kill you. OMG, I feel bad for laughing. Any variant of just stop worrying. Just be yourself. Just imagine everyone naked for those that still don't get it. It never works. Agreed. Imagining people naked would be even more awkward and bad. I'd prefer people with clothes on. It's all in your head. You aren't trying hard enough. Fuck the fuckers that ever said this to someone with anxiety. I have anxiety problems. I had someone told me. I have no reason to be anxious. Now I just don't explain my feelings to others people, because no one cares or understands. It's even worse when someone who you love, trust compares you to another person. Look at him, why can't you be like them? Single quote. OMG, I hate that, for fuck's sake. Ugh, that pissed me off. That's why I don't speak about my emotions. Calm down, you're overreacting. We need to talk later. Like, fuck you, bro. Everyone feels anxious. Stop acting like you're special. Came from my grandma. And the whole time I was with her, we went on vacation together. I was still really young. She told me to get it together, or just go talk to them, and then would push me to the stage of where I would start having a panic attack and cried. And yet she acted surprised and told me off when I did it. Other than that, Harry Potter world was dope. But you are so great with people. Well, hooray. I might be great with people, but I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack every time I have to open my mouth around the monsieur. Calm down. It's all in your head. Just relax. What's the worst that can happen? Be spontaneous for once. Quote, general laughter or mockery in the direction of the person having an anxious breakdown. Greater than general laughter or mockery in the direction of the person having an anxious breakdown. This is the worst one. But the worst thing is people find others' fear and anxiety amusing, like a real source of humor. And then they find it even more amusing when someone is clearly ashamed. I think about it a lot. Human callousness is something I'm low-level paranoid about all the time. Just don't panic. My algebra teacher, after I explained that I did bad on a quiz BC I couldn't figure out one problem and thus panicked and bombed the rest of the quiz. Oh sure, why didn't I think of that? My whole disorder has suddenly disappeared. Calm down, stop being over-dramatic paranoid. OMG, I hate that. One time I tried to talk with a friend about that I may suffer from anxiety. He just told me that I have no reasons to be anxious. No, I'm being calm and suffering on my own. It sounds bad, but I have no one who understands or care. Hopefully everyone is doing much better. Take care. Hello. That made me so anxious. Stop it. It's true what they say about you. Just have a beer, man. Ah yes, the age-old cure of alcoholism. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Just calm down. That's the worst, are people telling you you got this or trying to be encouraging. I appreciate the sentiment, but I do not got this and I do not know if it will be okay. Stop thinking like that. You're doing it to yourself. Quote, you know others have problems too. They just don't crib about it. Calm down. You're embarrassing me, etc. Well, I got called an erotic mess by my boyfriend today. In all fairness, he's not wrong. What's the worst that could happen? Panicking isn't going to solve anything. Why are you crying? What's that going to do? Hey, can I talk to you about something later? You're a liar. You only want attention when you're having an anxiety crisis. Stop being dramatic. Quote, oh, I'm sorry that I cannot admonish or censure my irrational mind and relentless catastrophizing into compliance. Yes, it's entirely attributable to my compulsion to elicit attention from others with melodramatics. Why does my hyperventilating and panic attacks seem authentic to you? Excellent. You're right. I do have a facility for acting. My mind even simulates the irrationality of anxiety. Stop being dramatic. I am always told that when I'm stressed, and it's ***ing annoying. Reading all these comments increased my anxiety dramatically. It's probably nothing. Just stop worrying so much. I think one of the worst things you could say to someone with anxiety. Just calm down. Relax. No, it's okay. I shouldn't have expected that much from you anyway. That hits deep as shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Need to vent? Pleading face. Don't be anxious. You can't do thing that gives me extreme anxiety. Yet, that's ridiculous. Of course you can. How else do you plan to live alone later on? Quote, thank you, Grandma. I had no idea that anxiety was impacting my day-to-day life. What would I do without your incredible observation skills? Stop faking it. It's okay, you're not alone, because there's someone behind you. Also, what's that weird-looking thing behind you, and then not saying anything else? Thank you for the heart attack. Calm down, or you're overreacting. This has never in the history of ever has this worked. It will make it worse because guess what? They can't calm down, no matter how much they want to or how hard they try. Their feeling might be irrational, and they might even know that, but that doesn't change the fact that that is what they're feeling. Instead, say something more along the lines of breathe, or I'm right here with you. Focusing on breathing can sometimes help calm you down and get your mind away from the panic. And being there for them and not discounting their feelings goes a long way. ETA. Everyone is different. If you know your friend has anxiety, ask them what helps. Some people need to be alone. Some needs hugs. Some need to get their mind off it. And some need to get it out. Ask them what helps. ideally beforehand so you know what to do in case it ever arises. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.